Hello and welcome. I am a hotel AI expert with extensive experience in modern hospitality operations and performance support. I'm so pleased to welcome all students of Europe Hotel School to your online learning journey. We're really looking forward to supporting your professional growth in the hospitality industry. Today, we're going to explore what separates a good hospitality professional from a truly exceptional one. And, it might not be what you think. This quote right here, it gets straight to the heart of the matter. See, exceptional performance isn't about having the fanciest software or, the most polished sales script. It's really about cultivating a specific mindset, a way of thinking that just fundamentally changes how you see opportunities, how you handle challenges, and how you drive real, lasting results. So here's our roadmap for this explainer. We'll kick things off with why mindset is so much more important than tools. Then we'll break down the two core pillars that hold it up. After that, we'll dive into the discipline it requires, see how it shifts your focus from just making transactions to building real relationships. And finally, we'll look at how all this builds an adaptive, winning culture. All right, first step, the mindset advantage. Here's the key idea I want you to hold on to. Sustainable success in this industry is never an accident. Nope, it's the direct result of a really intentional approach, where every single action, every call you make, every email you send is consciously linked back to your bigger strategic goals. This slide really highlights a common trap. So many organizations pour a ton of resources into tools, all the stuff on the left. But those tools, they're basically useless without the right mindset. It's your perspective, your discipline, and your intentionality that actually bring a strategy to life. Otherwise, a sales plan is just a document sitting in a folder. So the big question is, how do we build this mindset? Well, it really rests on two core pillars, data and innovation. You can almost think of them as the analytical left brain and the creative right brain of a great strategic leader. And trust me, you absolutely need both to win. Okay, first, let's talk about analytical thinking. How do you ground your strategy in reality instead of just going with your gut? Simple. You have to dive into the data. You analyze performance metrics, you look at guest behavior, and you study market trends to understand what's actually happening. This is how you move past guesswork to find those deep insights that build a truly winning strategy. But here's the thing. Analysis alone won't cut it. Why? Because our market is always changing, right? Guest expectations are always evolving. And that's where creativity becomes your superpower. It's that ability to innovate, to make your offerings different, and to pivot when the old ways just aren't working anymore. It's what keeps your strategy fresh and relevant. So we have analysis and we have creativity. But what's the glue that holds them together? Well, that brings us to our third section, the power of discipline. This is all about mastering your own internal world, your emotions, your habits, so you can apply your skills consistently, even when the pressure is really on. A huge part of this is emotional discipline. I mean, let's be real, sales can be a total roller coaster. It's so easy to get frustrated after a lost deal and just make a rash decision. This mindset is all about taking a step back. It teaches you to look at outcomes objectively and make smart adjustments based on insight, not on pure emotion. And this is how you put that discipline into practice, through a cycle of reflection. This isn't just, thinking about your day. It's an active process. You analyze your actions, you objectively look at the results, you pinpoint what you can do better, and this is the most important part, you apply that lesson the very next time. This is how you turn every single experience into valuable career-building wisdom. Okay, this brings us to a really pivotal shift in thinking. Ask yourself this. Are you in a business of one-off transactions, or are you focused on building long-term relationships? The answer to that question, well, that's where true sustainable growth really begins. Think about it like this. A transaction gets you revenue today, but a relationship, that can bring you revenue for years to come. That kind of ongoing value is built on a foundation of trust and a genuine commitment to your client's success. It's the huge difference between short-term gains and building a long-term successful career. Let's make this really tangible. The whole idea of customer lifetime value, or CLV, is a total game changer. When you realize that just one corporate client could be worth over 25,000 euros to your hotel over time, your entire perspective shifts. You stop chasing the quick, easy win, and you start making strategic moves to build loyalty for the long haul. So what happens when this mindset goes beyond just one person and becomes part of an entire team's DNA? Well, You create what's called an adaptive culture. And in today's market, that is the ultimate competitive edge. You get a team that's resilient, proactive, and honestly, ready for pretty much anything. As a future leader, these are the traits you really want to cultivate. An adaptive professional doesn't just put up with feedback, they actively look for it. They're totally committed to continuous learning, and they stay flexible in how they do things. And maybe, most importantly, they see setbacks not as failures, but as the best opportunities to learn and grow. Of course, this kind of culture doesn't just magically appear. It has to be built, and it has to be built from the top down. Leadership has such a critical role to play here. It's not enough to just talk about it. Leaders have to model these behaviors and then actively reward the team members who really demonstrate this powerful mindset. So let's bring it all together, shall we? This sales planning mindset is like the invisible engine that drives success. It's the framework that aligns what you do every day with your biggest goals. It builds resilience for the tough times, sparks innovation when things are going great, and ultimately, it paves the way for sustainable growth throughout your entire career. So we'll leave you with this final thought. In an industry that's just filled with beautiful buildings and amazing amenities, could it be that your most valuable asset is actually the way you think? That's something to really consider as you build your career. Thank you.